Hey guys, welcome to a Blackfyre Productions roundtable discussion / hobby vlog of Road to Nova. Road to Nova. We got in this van, we got Garrett driving, back of his head right there.
I'm the driver.
Yeah, Drew over there, and Don and I over here. So that's 4 of the Canadians that are heading down to Arlington, Virginia for the Nova Open convention. So it's going to be a weekend full of gaming, laughter, and probably lots of drinking. Maybe more, yeah. Well, you got the Brits come in, and we know they like their beer. Well, I know they like their beer from last year, at least one of them. There might have been some spooning that happened there between a couple of guys. So, but we have just crossed the border into America from Canada. We still have another 6 hours or so, 5 hours of driving ahead of us, not including any stops. And
now the long journey begins.
Yeah.
We haven't even traveled a kilometer, and we're already coming up to our first toll.
Hey, tolls! We don't see these in Canada though, because we get taxed out the wazoo. And so here, I guess they do a lot of pay tolls and stuff like that. But yeah, so it is what it is. We'll come back later on in our journey for more discussions. Well guys, I didn't do any more hobby vlogging yesterday, but I drank my face off with a bunch of guys, like that guy right there. Also the guy running the Lord of the Rings tournament, Devin. If you don't know him, check out his stuff on DCHL on YouTube. I think today we're just going to be doing what? Sightseeing in...
Sightseeing in the doubles tournament.
Yeah. So we're going to go see some sites around DC area and then come back 4:30?
4:30. Yep.
4:30 for some doubles action, and hopefully Canada this year can take home some gold trophies, whatever you got.
Surprises, awesome.
Yeah.
I just need some non-British people.
That way he doesn't pay for the shipping there, right? That's good. So we'll come back later on today with the sites and the tournament and stuff like that, and see how it goes. All right, guys. Day number 2 has started up here at Nova Open. We're in the Lord of the Rings section. We got Garrett, we got Don. We've already been out and explored the DC sort of area, and now we're back here hanging out before the doubles event starts. So my double partner is Don. We got a lot of eagles. We're gonna be flying in, hopefully taking that win and first place spot, and hopefully beating maybe a couple of Britons out of their spots that they had last year. But we'll see. Either way, it's gonna be all in fun. You got a lot of the boards and that behind us. I'm gonna continue to vlog stuff throughout the day, throughout the tournament, and in between rounds, stuff like that. So we'll come back later. Alright guys, so we're back, and we're about to start the doubles tournament. We got Don and myself, and our 800 points combined of basically Radagast Alliance.
It is, really.
Yeah, with a couple of maybe some cheeky little guys.
Yeah,
Just a few. So what did you bring, Don?
I've got here leading 2 eagles.
Yeah.
And I have 3 Rangers of the North Mountain.
Which is phenomenal. So very mobile, which is what we were aiming for. My half of the doubles list, my 400 points, is my main army is Alfred by himself, and then Radagast on sleigh. Yes, smile that up. Radagast on sleigh. Walker. So Radagast on sleigh with 2 eagles, and that's my 400 points. Right there, pick his nose, pick his nose. So yeah, that's our 400 points. I'll show you what we actually have so you can actually see what we got. Tactics, what do you think, Don?
Well, I think we're going to have to stay to the edges of the enemy's army and use our brutal power attacks where we can. And try not to get trapped.
I definitely agree. We need to stay off to the side or the fray of where they can get us. So we have that movement ability, and we can charge them when we want to and such. Which with 12-inch movement, we should definitely be able to do. And then we're just gonna swoop in.
Swoop in, yeah.
Pun intended, swoop in there and steal the objectives whenever I want. So I'll show you the army now, and we'll come back as we go through the doubles tournament. This here is my 400 points. We have Radagast on sleigh with Sebastian and 2 Great Eagles in the back right there. And then you have Lonely Alfred sitting there. Over on Don's side of the 400 points, we have 3 mounted Rangers of the North. Yep. Guahir, and 2 more Eagles there and there in the back. So we got a total of 5 armies, or 5 armies. We got 5 armies in this tournament. 5 Eagles within our army. Radagast on sleigh, who's mounted. 3 mounted Rangers of the North and Alfred, which anybody that knows Alfred, you know his purpose in the game, which is just to give out might. And based on this scenario, or what we come up against, is where that might will go. It's either going to go to Radagast or over to Guahir and feed him as much might as possible. And I say that because if we face somebody with lots of Rivendell Knights or other mounted models, you'd want to do it like mass mounted models like foot soldiers or basic hero or non-heroes. You'd want to feed Radagast the might for the channel Panic Steed. For sure. And then
any might you can give Guahir is a bonus because he only comes with 1s.
Yeah, and like Don said, any might to Guahir is great because A, fight 8, strength 6, defense 8, 3 wounds, and then just stack on the might and away we go. So we'll come back again later throughout the matches. So round number 1, and we are up against Tom and James, and they're what do you got? Rivendell Knights? Legolas? And a whole bunch of Gondor from Tom stuff right down there. So this beginning of the round, we'll come back at the end. That way I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time in the match. So we do have 2 hours, so it's pretty good. But we'll see how we do. Sad face on Dawn. And sad face on me. We just finished our rounds. They got a 10-2 victory point win over our team. So James and Tom, those guys are the winners. Congrats. Yeah! We made a couple of tactical decisions that were off early, like where we put our messengers, but either way, it was good. So next round, we'll see who we play. Beginning of round 2, we're not even sure exactly the name of the mission, but it's basically you're going to go around destroying objectives, stuff like that. So we're up against Great Eagles and Elves. It looks like Galadriel, stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you the board quickly. So we're up against some Eagles. You see everything's being marked out and laid out here. Got some Galadriel over there. The objectives are just poker chips, the Nova Open poker chips from 2015. So that's what we got. We're just in the setup phase now. We'll come back later on and see how everybody is done. So the end of round 2 has happened. Dawn and I and our army got our first win in the doubles. It was 5 victory points to 0. Basically, it came down to Eagles being able to jump behind into their deployment zone and destroying 2 of their objectives that they had back there. That got us 4 victory points right there. And then another one that we did was we were able to destroy 3 objectives on their table half before they could destroy all 3 of ours. It got us 1 from that. So it was really a maneuverable type game. So we'll see what happens with round number 3. Round 3 of the doubles tournament. We are going up against Timothy Hickson and Eric, wherever he is, somewhere around here. Basically, this mission is all about the center objective. You want to get as many models as you can in towards the center. Whoever has the most gains 2 points, and then whoever has the most number of models there additionally gains 2 points from that as well. So it's most point worth models and most number of models. And then from there, it's about breaking your enemy, which we only have like 10 models between the 2 of us, but they're all Eagles, so they're going to be a little bit harder to kill. What we're going up against is dwarves. So we have Thorin with Orchrist, young Thorin, leading Grimhammers, and then we got some other Khazad and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens at the end of round 3, and hopefully we come away with a 2-1 standings. Well, we made it to the end of night 2. We just finished the tournament, went out, hung out with everybody. I thought I'd update everybody on what's going on. End of the third round, Don and I we were pretty strong in that round, but the last turn was really decisive. We definitely had a lot of control and was pushing the envelope during that match. But what happened was, because we only have like 10 models, the last turn there was 2 eagles that were surrounded and taken out. One of Dawn's Rangers of the North on horse was taken out, and so like we lost a good chunk of our army on the last turn, and it really flipped the battle. So it ended up Timothy and his partner, they ended up getting the win. It was like 10-0 for them or something crazy, but it was still quite a fun game. It wasn't something that like we were lopsided. Like it could have went either way throughout the whole entire match. So we're gonna be coming back into day 3 and the beginning of the GT tomorrow, so stay tuned.